Take a deep, long inhale into your nose. On your exhale, open your mouth, sigh everything out. Get all of the air out. Do one more deep, long inhale, filling up your lungs, letting your rib cage rise and be soft. On your exhale, open your mouth and sigh everything out. Just let it all go, letting go of your entire day and arriving onto your mat. Welcome back. We'll move into spinal articulation to warm up the spinal muscles. Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet, plant them directly underneath your knees. Feet are hip width apart, weight evenly distribute into all 5 corners of your toes. Palms flipping down onto the mat, resting right next to your bum, feeling the ground below you, feeling the weight supporting you. Keeping your neck and shoulders relaxed, back of the neck laying long. Engage your core. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, tuck, curl, lift your hip bones up into the ceiling into your first Pilates glute bridge. Notice how you feel at the top. Starting to give a little bit of a squeeze to your thighs. Starting to notice what your neutral spine is feeling like today. Pausing for a moment at the top. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower your hips back down, feeling every single vertebra as you lower down slowly onto the mat. Good. We'll do that 2 more times. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, tuck, curl, lift your hip bones up into the ceiling, giving your glutes a nice tight squeeze, pulling your lower navel in as tight as you can, hollowing out your belly, keeping your hips raised in the air. Take an inhale at the top. As you exhale, slowly lower your hips back down, feeling each and every vertebra as you lower down onto the mat. Good. We'll do that 1 more time. Pressing into your palms, keeping your neck relaxed, shoulders relaxed, removing any tension from your face or your jaw. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, tuck, curl, lift your hip bones up into the ceiling, squeezing your glutes in, pulling your lower navel in as tight as you can, using your internal corset, squeezing your Kegel muscle at the top, the muscle you use when you need to use the restroom and you can't find one. It's part of your pelvic floor. Pulling everything in tighter and tighter. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, slowly lower your hips back down, feeling each and every vertebra as you lower down onto the mat. Good. Take a moment right now to find your neutral spine, using your palms, creating the shape of a triangle, placing it right on top of your pelvis, arching and tuck your lower back, noticing what your neutral spine feels like today. Do that a few more times. And whenever you're ready, come back to center. Make sure you can fit just a few fingers underneath the small of your lower back, keeping that natural gap in between your lower back and the mat. And that's what we're going to work with as we go through our glute bridges. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Going to get the music going, and remember, we'll no longer be tuck, curling, and lifting. We're going to come up as one unit using our neutral spine, and our bum will no longer touch the mat. So you're going to hover a 1/4 inch off the mat. Taking an inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift your hips up and down. Up, down. Exhale, inhale, up and down. Lift and lower. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, up and down, up, down, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, stay up, calf raises, heels come up and down, as high as you can on the tops of your toes, starting to stretch the back of your calves, and down, up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Exhale, inhale, hips stay in the air, inhale, exhale, inhale, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, stay up, now pull, pull, pulse, 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 small pulses, pulse up, 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 Make it smaller. Pulse, 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 pulse. Hips stay in the air. Pulse up, up, up. A little bit higher. Pulse up, up, up. Squeezing as tight as you can. Pulse up, 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 up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the top. Lower your ankles. Lower your hips back down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock from side to side, massaging your lower spine, stretching out your lower back. Taking a few deep grounding breaths here. Next, go ahead and bring your knees out wide. Do a wide-legged glute bridge. Feet are mat width apart, toes pointed out to the sides. Planting your palms right next to your heels. Taking an inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift your hips up and down. Up, down. Knees traced over the tops of your toes. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Strong exhales out through the teeth using your lateral breathing. We'll make a nice shh noise. Engaging all 4 layers of the abdominals. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Squeezing your glutes tighter every single time you come up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Stay up, calf raises, heels come up and down, up, down, up, down. Hips stay in the air, down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. A little bit higher every single time. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Stay up. Now pulse, 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 pulse. Small pulses, pulse. Teeny, compact movements. You should be microscopic. You should be barely able to see them. Pulse up, 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 up. Exhale, 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 exhale. A little bit higher. Squeezing your kegel as tight as you can. Pulse up, 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 up. Now I want you to, if you're feeling good, feeling stable, bring your hands into the air and clap, 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 clap. Squeezing your hands every time you clap, starting to get a little bit of the energy flow into your hands. Clap, 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 clap. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower your ankles, lower your hips back down, hug your knees in towards your chest, rock from side to side, let that one go. Stretching out your lower back, massaging that lower spine, whatever feels good. Last, we're gonna come into our pigeon toe, bringing your toes and knees together, ankles pointed out. Zipping up your knees, try not to let your knees separate here. Planting your palms onto the ground, taking an inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift your hips up and down, up, down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, up and hover, up and hover. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Stay up, calf raises, heels come up and down, up, down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Hips stay in the air, nice and high. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Stay up, bring it home, pulse up, up, up. Squeezing your kegel tighter and tighter every single time. Pulse up, 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 up. Glutes are squeezed in from the side. Pulse up, up, up. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the top, lower those ankles, lower your hips back down. Hug your knees in towards your chest, rock from side to side. Maybe get a happy baby in if that feels good. All right. Moving into our abs. We're gonna move through 3 different exercises 3 times, starting with our switch kicks. You're gonna start with your lower back firmly planted into the mat, your C-shaped curved spine. Hands can either come right to your sides, or if you want a little bit more support, you can put them underneath your bum in the shape of a diamond. You're gonna begin with your switch kicks. So bringing one leg down at a time and switching. Exhaling every time you switch. Switch kicks. Then we're gonna do our our chair hold. So you're gonna engage through your upper abdominals, pressing into your thighs. You're gonna hold for 20 seconds. Knees stay out, knees don't come in past your hips, and you're really gonna get the work here by pressing into those thighs as hard as you can, engaging through your abdominals. So you're gonna hold a 20-second chair, and then we'll do our regular bicycles. So you'll bring your hands behind your head, exhaling every time you twist. Opposite shoulder reaches for opposite knee, really getting to that twist, keeping your arms out nice and wide. So let's go ahead and get set up for our switch kick, starting with your lower back on the mat. Set it up. And go, 20 seconds, switch, 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 switch. Exhale, 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 using your lateral breathing, keeping your toes pointed. Try to keep your legs as straight as you can here. You can either engage through your upper abdominals. If it's too much pressure, always an option to lower your neck and shoulders down on the mat. And change. Moving into our chair hold. Go ahead and bring your legs into chair position and go press into those sides, static hold. Really pressing, feeling the push-pull. Squeezing your thighs here as much as you can. Pulling your lower navel in, keeping everything engaged. Core is engaged, squeezing those glutes in. And change, lower on down. Moving into our regular bicycles. Arms come behind your head, set it up, and go lower back presses into the mat. Exhaling every time you switch here, finding your flow, whatever works for you. Arms out nice and wide. Starting to lower your feet closer towards the mat, finding your edge. Really getting into that twist. And change, starting from the top. Couple seconds rest. Set yourself up and go. 20 seconds switch kicks. Using your Pilates breathing, so important. Always coming back to the breath. Most important part of class. Finding your flow. Always an option to lower your neck and shoulders down onto the mat. Otherwise, you can engage those upper abdominals and change. Next, we have our chair hold. Set it up and go. 20-second hold. Press into those thighs. Really engage through your upper abdominals here. Squeezing everything tighter and tighter. Breathing, deepening the breath. Couple more seconds. And change. Lower and down. Regular bicycles. Set it up. And go. 20 seconds. Exhale, 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 exhale. Using your Pilates breath. Bringing your legs a little bit closer towards the mat, but always getting deeper into that twist. Lateral sound out through your teeth. And change. Last time from the top. So strong, flowing right through. Set it up And go, 20 seconds, switch kicks, final one. Moving with control, no autopilot here. Keeping your toes pointed all the way through. And change. Last chair pose. Set it up. And go, 20-second hold. Press into those thighs. Really doing the work by pressing even harder, as hard as you can. Squeezing everything tighter. 5 more seconds. Breathing through. And change, lower and down. Last regular bicycle. Set it up. And go, 20 seconds. Arms out nice and wide, wider than you think. Legs a little bit closer towards the mat. Challenge yourself in the last one. Really get into that twist. Final 5. 2, 1, and change. Lower and down. Moving right into our left side forearm plank. Coming up on your left side. We're going to hold for 30 seconds. Either can bend your right knee, place it in front, otherwise flexing that right foot, bring it in front, and go, coming up into your hold, pressing through that top oblique, glancing at that top arm, making sure all 5 fingertips are glued together and you're keeping everything stacked. Pressing into that left palm, pressing into your elbow. Breathing through, 10 more seconds, lift your top oblique a little bit higher. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower on down, coming onto your belly. Stacking one hand on top of the other. You're gonna rest your forehead down. We're gonna do our squeezing leg lifts. You're gonna bring your heels together as close as you can, and we're gonna lift our thighs off the mat. Isolation move of the legs. For 30 seconds, set yourself up. And go, squeezing your legs the entire time. Try to get them a little bit higher off the mat. Relaxing the neck, relaxing the face. Only working the legs, using your backside core to lift you up. Getting a little bit higher every single time. 10 more seconds. Try to bring your heels as close together as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And change, lower and down. Coming into our first forearm plank. Option to take this from your knees, otherwise take this from your toes. Whatever modification is going to make you feel good. Get yourself set up. And go, 30-second hold. Pressing the weight forward, keeping your eye focus gaze on one point ahead. Pressing into those elbows, pressing into those palms. Keeping your hips down a little bit further down than you think you need. Squeezing your glutes, 10 more seconds. Lower, or lengthening the breath, slowing it down. 3, 2, 1, and change. Lower and down, left cheek on the mat, look towards the right. We're gonna do our regular Superman. Clasp your hands behind your back. We're gonna lift up. Doing a static hold. We're gonna hold for 30 seconds. Make sure your hands do not touch your bum. You're gonna keep your hands hovering right above you. Set it up. And go 30-second Superman variation hold. Getting those thighs off the mat, keeping your chest lifted, chin is slightly tucked. Focus on pressing the crown of your head forward, pulling your heels back and closer together. Getting even deeper into those back core muscles. 10 more seconds. Breathing through. Focusing on one point ahead. For 3, 2, 1, and change. Coming right back into our second forearm plank. Set yourself up. And go, 30 seconds here. Focusing on one point ahead, focusing on your goal. Keeping those hips down. Heels stacked over your toes. Squeezing your thighs, keeping everything as tight as you can. Tight body is a light body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change. Lower arm down. Right cheek on the mat, looking towards the left. Pausing for a moment here. Then you're gonna stack one hand on top of the other, resting your forehead down, moving right back into those squeezing leg lifts. Set yourself up and go, 30 more seconds here. Try to get your thighs a little bit further off the mat. Squeezing your thighs together the entire time, keeping those toes pointed, pulling your heels together. Resting your forehead down, trying not to move or fidget, only using your core to lift you. 5 more seconds. And change, lower arm down. Pausing for a second here. Coming into our last forearm plank. Set yourself up. And go, last forearm plank. Pressing the weight forward. Pulling those heels back. Keeping everything lifted. Squeezing your glutes into the sides. Squeezing your Kegel muscles tight as you can here. Pressing into those palms. Bringing the focus back into the breath. Final 10 seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower arm down. Left cheek on the mat, looking towards the right. Last Superman. Set yourself up. And go. 30 more seconds here. Clasping those hands behind your back. Lifting your upper chest off the mat. Getting those thighs off the mat. Bringing your heels closer together. Zip up your knees as much as you can. 10 more seconds. See if you can lift a little bit higher, giving yourself that much more. Breathing through it for 3, 2, 1, and change. Lower arm down. Flipping over to the other side. We're gonna finish things off with our right side forearm plank. Go ahead and set yourself up. We're gonna do a 30-second hold. And go, you are in it. 30 seconds, glancing at that top arm, making sure all 5 fingers are glued together. Feeling the energy flow out the tops of your fingertips, feeling that push-pull of gravity. Gravity is trying to bring you down, but you're using that strong left oblique to lift yourself up. 5 more seconds. And change, lower on down. Awesome job. Back to those abs. We're gonna do our low boat hold. So you're gonna start with your lower back on the mat. You can either, if your low boat hold has your legs in the air and this feels good for you today, you can start here, lifting to your upper chest. Otherwise, you'll start to bring your legs down as low as you can towards the mat while keeping that lower back firmly planted onto the mat. Otherwise, you can give a nice bend in your knees and do your low boat hold that way. So we're gonna do a 20-second hold. Then from here, you're gonna plant your feet down. Otherwise, you can extend them all the way out. You're gonna reach your arms up overhead for our Pilates roll up. Exhaling as you lift up. No momentum here, using only your core strength to lift you. So we'll do our Pilates roll up next. Then we're gonna come into our high boat. With your high boat, you're gonna balance on the back of your sits bones, keeping your chest nice and lifted, using your neutral spine. We're gonna add bicycles here. So twisting through your abdominal as you're in your high boat. If you want a little bit more support today, you can always just keep your feet planted onto the mat, lifting to your upper core. So make sure you're not sacrificing form. You make sure you're keeping your chest nice and lifted. But we'll go ahead and add those bicycles in for an added challenge today. So we'll go ahead and start with our low boat hold, getting your lower back on the mat, pressing into the mat, and go 20 seconds. Lifting to your upper core, bringing your legs down if that feels good for you. Make sure you're challenging yourself, squeezing your thighs. You can always keep a nice bend here. As low as you can towards the mat while keeping that lower back pressed firmly into the mat. And change. Now you can either bend your knees onto the mat or extend them out, moving in towards Pilates roll up. Arms up overhead, and go 20 seconds here. Feeling each and every vertebra. Exhaling as you lift up, inhaling as you lower back down. Using your Pilates breathing. 5 more seconds. All right, and change. Coming into that high boat. Go ahead and set yourself up in your high boat. And go. Now, if this feels good for you, you can add your bicycles. Start to get a little bit of movement here, keeping your chest nice and lifted. Otherwise, for modification, you can always rest your feet down onto the mat. High boat bicycles. Maybe give it a try a few times and change. Lower and down. Starting from the top again. Back to that low boat hold. And go 20 seconds. Lifting your palms up off the mat, extending those fingertips out. Really lifting through your core, pulling that lower navel in as tight as you can, hollowing out your belly. You can keep your feet separated here, but I want you to squeeze your thighs while you're here, and change. Moving into that Pilates roll up. Arms up overhead. And go, 20-second roll up. Keep these nice and slow, using your core strength. Try not to use any momentum here to lift you. 5 more seconds. And change. Staying lifted. Moving into that high boat. Set it up. And go. Add your bicycles. Exhaling, keeping your chest lifted. Pulling that lower navel in. Couple more seconds. And change. Lower on down. Last time from the top. Set it up. And go last low boat hold. Try to bring your legs a little bit closer towards the mat this time. See how that feels. This is targeting your transverse abdominis, the deepest layer of your abdominals. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change. Last Pilates roll up. Set it up, arms up overhead, and go 20 seconds here. Exhaling as you lift up, inhaling as you lower back down. Taking these nice and slow, feeling every single vertebra here. 5 more seconds, try to get one more in. And change, staying lifted. Go, add your bicycles. Set it up, and go. Last 20 seconds here. Arms out nice and wide behind your head. Getting deeper into that twist. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and change. Lower on down. All right. Coming into our standing Gonna show you a few quick movements. All right, so we're gonna start on our mat. Okay, so we're gonna start with a squat. So you'll stand up tall. You'll do, so bring your arms behind your head for your squat. So you're gonna just do a regular frog squat. Then you're gonna reach your knee up on one side, and then you're gonna come back and do a curtsy. So you'll go squat, touch your knee towards your elbow, then bring your toes back for your curtsy. We're gonna do one side at a time, so we'll start with our right leg. So again, that's squat, reaching your knee towards your elbow, coming back into your curtsy. Then we'll move to the other side. So squat, knee to the elbow, coming back into your curtsy. Keeping your arms behind you for an added challenge, but also okay if you need to hold your hands in prayer and just bring your knee up that way. Then we're gonna do our alternating step back lunges. So you're gonna get nice and low in your squat. And then you'll step back on one side, leg comes straight back, stay low in your squat, step back on the other side. So keeping the weight forward and back versus getting into our lateral movements and doing our curtsies. So just stepping that leg right on back. We'll go ahead and get set up, starting with your right leg. Set it up. Starting with our frog squat, and go. Frog squat, touching your right knee towards right elbow, stepping back into your curtsy. Coming back to your frog squat, knee to elbow, back into your curtsy. Keeping the same side. Chest nice and lifted. And change. Now we'll switch on over to the other side. Set it up and go. Frog squat, left knee towards your left elbow, coming back into your left curtsy. Same thing. Working the same side. Breathing through. Exhaling as you step back. And change. All right, now we're gonna alternate each side this time, doing our step back lunges, staying low in between. Set it up and go. Step back and squat. Step back and squat. Switching sides this time. Leg comes straight back. Staying nice and low in between. And change, starting from the top again. We'll do that right leg again. Set it up, arms behind your head, and go. Frog squat, right knee towards right elbow, step back into your curtsy. Frog squat, right knee to right elbow, back into your curtsy. And again. Breathing through it. Try to get one more in. And change, switching sides. Left leg this time. And go. Frog squat, left knee towards left elbow, back into your curtsy. Breathing through. Couple more seconds. Hi, Fergie. And change. All right, step back lunges, alternating each side. Starting in your squat, stay nice and low, and go. Step it on back. Stay low. Switching sides. Staying as low as you can in between. Starting to speed it up a little bit, if you can. Otherwise, slow and controlled movements. And change, last time from the top. Starting with that right leg again. Arms behind your head, set it up, and go. We frog squat. Knee to elbow, back into your curtsy. Same side. So strong. And change, switching sides. Left side now. Set it up and go. Cross squat, knee to elbow, left leg comes back. Last couple rounds. See if you can get a little bit lower. Little bit lower. And change. Last step back lunges. Set it up. Starting low. And go. Step it on back. Final 20 seconds here. How low can you go? Alternating each side. Final 10. You're stronger than you think you are. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. All right. So we're going to do some quick inner thigh pulses before we move to our arms. So if you want to go ahead and get set up, so you can rest on your left arm, keeping your hips, heels, and elbow in one straight line. You're going to bring your right foot back, keeping your toes pointed. And we're going to pulse the inner left thigh. So we'll do 30 seconds up and down, and then we'll do 30 seconds of pulsing right at the top. So go ahead and set yourself up and go. So we'll just do 1 minute each side here. So go all the way up, all the way down with that inner left thigh. Squeezing your thigh the entire time. Trying to get a little bit higher. Ten more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and change. Now I want you to bring it all the way up and do small pulses here. Small pulses. Pulse up, 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 up. So strong. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 15 more seconds. Pulse up, up, up. Final 10. Stay with it. Pulse up, up, up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Flipping on over. So now your left leg comes back, working that inner right thigh, making sure you're keeping everything in one straight line. Set yourself up and go 30 seconds. That inner right thigh. Pulsing all the way up, all the way down. So strong. About 10 more seconds. Try to keep your leg as straight as you can, extending all the way through those pointed toes. All right, now bring that leg all the way up, small pulses at the top. Pulse up, 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 up. Stay with it, squeezing that right thigh. As tight as you can. Pulse up, 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 up. Final 10. Pulse, pulse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower on down. Awesome job. All right, come right into your cat-cow. Get a quick stretch in if that feels good. And then we'll do some arms before the end of class. So you're gonna come up into your high plank, or you can take this from your knees. Just make sure if you do from your knees, you're pressing the weight forward, so don't keep your hips back. I want to keep everything forward. We're gonna start with our shoulder taps. You can bring your knees or toes out a little bit wider to make sure you're, if you want a little bit more stability, try to avoid some of that swaying. And we'll go tap, 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 tap. Then we're gonna come all the way up into our downward dog, and we're gonna do a couple rounds of our pike push-ups. So if you remember, it's the same as your regular push-ups, but you're doing it from a downward dog position, working different muscle groups here. And if that feels off for you today, you want to try something else, you can just do your regular push-ups either from your toes or your knees. Then we're gonna finish with our reach back. So coming into your high plank, reaching for those back toes, coming all the way back into your high plank, aiming for those toes. All right, we're gonna get a couple rounds in before the end of the class, so your last Tabata. So go ahead and start with those shoulder taps, set it up, and go. We tap, 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 keeping those hips down, tap, 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 working those arms, so important for building cardiovascular health. For 3, 2, 1, and change. All right, trying some of those pike push-ups, set yourself up into your downward dog, and go. Try a couple from here, see how it feels. Always an option to do regular push-ups. Exhaling as you press back. 5 more seconds. And change. 10 seconds rest, and we'll move into our reach back. Set it up, high plank, and go. Reach it on back. Aim for those toes. Ten more seconds. Getting that full high plank in between. For 3, 2, 1, and change. One more time from the top. Starting back in our high plank. Shoulder tap, and go. We tap, 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 tap. So strong. Tap, 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 tap. Keeping those hips down. Tap, tap. Less than 10. Tap. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Couple seconds rest. Do one more round of those pike push-ups. Press your hips on back, and go. Exhaling as you press back. Less than 10. 3, 2, 1, and change. All right, last reach backs. This is gonna act as your active recovery. Set it up, and go. Exhaling as you reach it on back. Full high plank in between. 10 more seconds. First 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to come all the way on down. Resting one cheek on the mat. Pausing for a moment here. We're going to do a quick cobra stretch from here. Bringing your triceps back, planting your heels, or sorry, the tops of your feet into the mat, and lifting up. We'll hold here. For 3, 2, 1, and change. Go ahead and flip on over into your final Shavasana. Taking a deep inhale in through your nose. On your exhale, open your mouth, sigh everything out.
Oh.